Well, it's officially Monday. I forgot to click the go live, but thankfully I caught it during the countdown. So somewhere in
Oh, we
the
made
news,
it.
hey, we're getting our Monday started off great. So
Oh,
we've got some interesting stuff going on, Mame. We missed seeing you last week. Thanks for being patient with me. I was traveling back, and I know you have a lot going on with your blog and
well,
all that you're involved in.
oh, thank you, honey. I was like, don't worry about me, Lisa, because I was using the time to do something useful. Definitely been working couple of projects. So I've been keeping myself busy. And I apologize even to the audience because I haven't had a chance to update the blog as much. And I promise you guys that I'm going to get more on top of it. I'm just adjusting to new jobs and making sure that I get a hang of all the new tasks, coming my
Yeah.
way.
It's an exciting time. I mean, I think we're right there. People are complaining about Bitcoin being down and the Elon effect or Elon gate and all those kind of things. But I really think we're just right there for it to pop. And I had a couple things we can get into later. But I wanted to start off with your blog because I really enjoy your blog, and I was super excited to see that you won an award. Um,
Yes.
so can you kind of tell everybody about what this was about and how you were able to win some crypto? Whatever
Yeah,
that is.
I won some crypto. I was so excited. I got some farm tokens, which is kind of like the part of the DeFi evolution. And basically, as you guys know, I'm a writer. So I usually, whenever I have extra time, I tend to, just put my thoughts into words, into writing. And from time to time, a publish will throw like a fun contest, stimulating people to write about certain topics in crypto. And I thought this one was interesting because it shows, it was all about DeFi and Binance Chain and how
Mm,
that has shifted the realm of crypto, and it has certainly in the last year, in a year and a half or so. And I just showcased on, showcased Binance's strategy a little bit, how I felt they were strong movers in this market space because they were kind of pioneers in, adapting this strategy and having in their site, making it less complicated to people. And, it's just interesting that, exchanges are finding innovative ways to use this technology and capture the less savvy public that need this customized experience. So it was fun. And I wasn't the only winner. Actually, everyone that participated won something. So it doesn't matter, if you are excellent writer or if you're just writing a basic tutorial, but it's just a rewarding way to engage in the community and maybe earn some cryptocurrencies that maybe you wouldn't be willing to invest on. So right now, I don't go on DeFi as much because of the Ethereum fees. And I'm a
mhm.
low budget person, I don't have, it's not worth it for me at the moment. So earning a little bit of those DeFi tokens for me have proved nice because it's a nice way to accumulate, without being taking a risky route. And I thank Publish for giving me the prize, and I thank everybody else who participated in the contest. I think in total it was 32 winners,
Mhm.
and you could win in a variety of ways. And it's fun. I love the Publish platform. I've been there since it opened, probably 2 to 3 years ago, and they are very crypto focused. And another thing that I like about it is because it's not, writers have to have an approval to write. So it's not everybody that can write. So
Okay.
the quality that narrows down the quality a little bit. They make sure that, the writing is has some, flair
Vetting
in a
behind
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Somebody's vetting these. Well, I thought it was really cool, and I was really excited to see. And I love that you're looking for opportunities to earn crypto. It's not always about the trading and all that kind of stuff going on, but another
Yeah,
way to accumulate is by earning
yeah.
crypto. So
my experience has been literally accumulating, you guys. I never was a good trader. I realized that early on. I'm a very emotional person. That's my
the
nature.
entire yes.
So I rather not take a look at the numbers. I dive into the technology, and in the process of utilizing it, somehow I navigate towards value. That's been happening to me, and in the course of my experience in these last few years, I'm not gonna lie, brought me a little bit of results. It was a great experience for me, and the learning curve is great because I don't know candle patterns at all. I mean, I know a little bit because I have a couple of traders that I follow, but
Right.
know where the technology is heading, which platforms are functional. I know which products I like. And because I know what I like, I have a feeling that if I like, others will probably like it too. This is fun. This is intuitive. So it's more kind of like an experience mode that I go by.
I like that. And you really take a risk. I know you've gone on a couple of different platforms and checked them out and had, different feedback from, what was more intuitive. And, that's what we're looking for mass adoption is those things that are going to be those granny wallets or the things that regular
Totally.
people can get on without having, so much struggle.
Yeah. No, and another thing too, what is working now doesn't mean, like, let's say I'm involved into this platform and I'm enjoying it right now. Maybe they take a different route, and it may be the case that in a month I don't like it as much because, things change. It's always important to people in crypto to understand that, it's a early emerging market space, and right now we're trying different players. They have different offerings, sometimes, and we never know who is going to stand out sometimes in the long run. For example, if you pick just social media, decentralized platforms, there are so
Right.
many, who is actually going to make it. We actually don't know. But I definitely try to go by experience. But at the same token, I can't try them all. So it's
Yeah.
you gotta do your own research always, and
Well,
that's
some of that brings its own value as well. I mean, if you're a lot of times drawn to a platform because of the audience or community that's on it. So I've just been really thrilled with Odyssey and Library and posting to them. I was doing really good at trying to do some lives on there, and then I did something wrong, and now I'm having trouble uploading my thumbnails. So I don't know if I need to like somehow refresh it or restart it, but I'm kind of in a funk. So maybe I need to jump on the Telegram group. I wondered if they had a Telegram group that kind of helped out.
they do have a Telegram group, but I would say the best help I found for library is on Discord.
Okay.
People are so helpful there, just trying to get all the technicalities solved. And I know the streaming, because it's fairly new, it
Yeah.
still, has some little issues that they are perfecting. But I sure hope that they will hone it to in a way that it will be so intuitive. And I really love their platform, the
Yeah,
community.
it was really flowing really well. And then it was like,
Yeah.
then it had this, and I don't know if I've gotten too many live streams backed up on the same key, but then I couldn't upload a thumbnail where their little tool was working really well. And now I'm struggling with it. So I was
Yeah.
doing really good
There were times that with me clogged as well. Maybe I did 2 functions or 3 on the blockchain and it seemed like everything halted. And then when I reopened, like hours later, everything had worked itself out. So
Okay, I forget about it being on the blockchain, so that will kinda clean it up if I get to clicking around too much, I guess.
it does, it does. So
Okay.
if you actually do like you start getting a little clog, and it takes a little while to everything to refresh. And the funny thing is, like, for example, if I am uploading a video and I am in the middle of everything, and for some reason something is not functioning, because sometimes it's a blockchain and sometimes that
Yeah.
day their tool is not working really well or something like that, then I'm like, okay, I turn it off. When I go back to it on a new screen, it comes back all the information that I had inputted already. It has a little bit of a memory, so try to
Okay.
go back to uploading again and see if it already pops and you can upload your picture now, or maybe pick a thumbnail from the video now. Let's see if you're able to. If not, I rarely seen an issue that happened in my account that didn't solve itself.
Wow, okay. That's really helpful and encouraging because I just kinda quit
Yeah.
messing with it over the weekend because I was getting frustrated and I felt like I was making the problem worse, like I was pulling the thread on the sweater that just was gonna
Yeah, right.
unroll the whole
I'm
thing.
feeling before, so I know what you're talking about. I do feel, and I actually went on Discord a couple of times, and I'm like, this is not working right. And they're like, no, it's because it's on the blockchain. You need to wait, da da da. And then I waited, it worked. So it was, hopefully, it will solve like that. Definitely. I think in the social media platform, they are standing out together with Tira too. I think we're having
Mhm.
fun, a little bit fun there as well. And there are several. Sometimes I'm on Reddit, sometimes I go Steam a little bit. I play around, but whenever I see the more interaction, the more groove, the more community, whenever you feel more welcome, you stick around.
Yeah, for sure. It will keep you going. It's very encouraging. Well, and yeah, the library has great community too, so I really enjoy that. Um, I wanted to hit on you. We're interviewing with Kenny Bozak
Yes.
and Rodrigo from Dash, and I wondered how that
Oh
chat
my.
went and what your kind of takeaways from that because Ken has
Oh,
really like found his space in
yeah.
this.
Well, we did this to actually try to market the NFTs because that was the end of the NFT. Remember, we did a campaign to help JoJo, and I think
Yes.
today there is more news coming out today, and everything is gonna be announced but I will do a quick review here just for our audience.
To get
Basically,
the
we are
inside scoop.
super excited because all the NFTs sold. Okay, I think an exchange bought all of the NFTs except one, which is my friend NFT, which is Dora Burnquist, and that was bought by USD Sports for
Okay.
20,000 reais, the equivalent of one Ethereum at the time.
Wow.
And all the other NFTs were bought by an exchange. I'm not going to say the name exactly right now because they are probably going to want to announce it themselves.
Okay.
And that includes one of my portraits, right? And altogether, I forgot how many they are, but they bought it, the whole lot, for $11,000.
Wow, that's really cool.
So that was really, really meaningful. And we were talking mainly, with Ken about the NFTs and how we started this idea because how it began and how we put together because it was all organic, Lisa, just like any effort. We didn't think it was gonna take the scope that it did. And now even like we got so close to the meta, to the goal. Now there are like other influencers that are like doing little t-shirts and whatever they can do to help that last little bit. But I think we are almost there, and Jojo is going to be able to
Have the
complete everything.
surgery that she
Yeah,
needs. Yeah.
so it's
Oh,
really significant. And another important thing is, like, for me as a friend of mine, daughter, because daughter, she's the mom of Bob Burnquist, and
mhm.
her son has shined his whole life, but she's an amazing artist. Her art has been, she produced art her whole life. And when I saw that, I went to her house, and she has produced so much during the quarantine. She was at home by herself, doing a lot of work away from her kids, which she normally is very close with.
Right.
And then I went to her house and visited her, and I said, look at all this body of work, and have you heard about NFT? And she's like, I know my son is into Bitcoin, but I've been hearing about this NFT thing. And and then I'm like, I said, let's just give it a try, and showcase some of your work. And to think that USD Sports had bought her piece, out of everyone, they picked her piece. I think that was really significant. Her work is known locally and internationally because she has done some special things throughout her career. But I think this is significant. I don't know. Are they planning anything? Do they have something in mind?
Yeah, I
Because
wonder.
yeah,
So does that have to do with the sports with her son's skateboarding and all that?
no clue, because I got this news from Brazil, on
Okay.
our group, on the artist group, and they said, I have really good news. The art by Arraial das Cores by Dora Burnquist has been sold to USD Sports for this
Wow.
amount. And then I said, can I communicate this fact to the artist? And then he's like, yes, you can communicate to the artist. And I think, part of, I think today, Monday, they are going to do some sort of announcement in Brazil. I think Cointelegraph might have a piece writing about the finalization of everything. So, and, I don't know a lot of details because they are still finalizing and everything. Everyone is so busy with what they are doing right now.
Right.
But as more details come around, I just like, even she got compliments of her son, he's like, wow, mom, you're doing so great. It's interesting to see, like,
Donna
yeah,
Burnquist, right?
Dora Burnquist.
Dora. I'm sorry.
Dora, Dora, and
Okay.
Burnquist, like a
I've
Burnquist.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just amazing. And she's been a friend of what? I know her for close to 20 years here in the USA. So it's just, kind of getting her beautiful art for the world to see. You know what I mean?
For everyone to
Mhm.
enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And she finally sold her. She did, to help a little girl. One of
Yes.
her digital pieces was sold for the first time. So I think that's significant as well.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. And I love that you put all this together for everybody to be a part of helping someone else. So it's a
No,
really good.
it made me happy. I'm not gonna lie. That is something that made my heart happy. Everybody seeing her happy, seeing Cassio happy. We have hope. It's like restoring hope a little bit. We need that.
Well, and that's what we need from the community.
Yeah,
From one Kenny Bozak thing to another, and
I know.
talking about community. So, Shitcoin 2021 is coming up, and I love this. I guess the Bitcoin conference is down the street from it during the same time, and it's like the tickets for it are over $5,000 for a Bitcoin conference or something, is what I'd heard. I'm guessing that's for booths or sponsors or I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's like the big pass, well pass, or something.
Yeah. All
Are you
kinds of
going,
good.
Lisa, to the Bitcoin conference?
I am not going to the Bitcoin conference, but I've sent a message to Kenny Bozak, and I have sent a message to a friend of mine who has a project that I really support, asking for a possible sponsorship. He said to get the information together, but I thought it would be so cool if you and I could get a sponsorship, go to Shitcoin 2021 and be able to stream, even if it's only one show from, go engage in the conference and then kind of give our feedback and possibly be able to stream either at the conference itself or, we can have a girls trip and share a room and, be streaming from the room talking about the different speakers. They have an incredible list of speakers. Um,
I know, Ken. He is gonna speak. That's amazing.
yeah.
What are the dates again? 3 and 4?
So it's July 3rd and 4th. It's a Thursday and Friday in Miami. They list nearby hotels. Here, I'll put the I'll
It's
put the
awesome.
link in the
I can't say no to Miami. So, and
I think
I
it'll
can't,
be
I
so
can't say that I love some shit coins.
I love some shitcoin. They say that Litecoin's a shitcoin, which I'm like, okay, well, I love shitcoins
No,
then.
the other day I kind of was mean machine on Twitter a little bit because, there is a Bitcoin meetup that I go locally, and then I went to go again, just say, oh, yes, on the thing. And then it said over there, like, no shit coin talk or something, like it was something like, was a sentence that had shit coin involved. And then I'm like, ah, God darn it, I can't go anymore.
I just, yeah,
How
I
am I
think it's
going to
going to
get
be
my
a
mouth
bad,
shut? I love talking about, how projects connect to each other. That's
right.
so much part of what I do. I'm not saying that there aren't quality over there. There are so many things that aren't, quality. It's right. But it's just so much part of what I do to be focused on partnerships and how one complements the other, just like how Litecoin complements Bitcoin. I mean, those things, it's just so natural that it's going to
Bitcoin
happen.
wouldn't be what it is today
Yeah,
without Litecoin.
I
So, yeah,
completely respect it by not going.
yeah. We're not going to the Bitcoin conference, but we are.
No,
But is
yeah.
that Jason
No,
from PAC?
I go to the Bitcoin conference because they are not, despite having a maximalist
Okay, you
there
still go.
aren't there are 99% of the people that are there are not maximalists. There are a lot of people that are open-minded. It's not like, don't be like, oh, the only maxes are there. John Kim was there last time.
That's true. There were a lot of people from, well,
We
because
kind
it went hand in hand with the Litecoin Summit,
yeah,
the last time. So, yeah,
wasn't he doing the arm wrestle with Tony Vase or something? I watched it. It
things
was like
like
hilarious.
that. Yeah.
So it's kind of important to have a mix of people there, I think.
So the big difference in this is the price for the ticket is $5.
There
And
you go.
I think that is awesome. I did call, or I did send Kenny Bozak a message and say, like, are there booths available? Like, could I promote my channel and or stream from there? What is that like? Because I didn't find any information on that. Um,
Yeah,
but I think it should be really cool. I love the whole thing behind this is that it's dedicated to all the companies that got turned away from participating in one of the largest crypto events. So they're going to be in the Wynwood, which is just down the street from Bitcoin 2021. So I don't
yeah,
know. I think it'll be
I
really
would.
exciting.
It would have been awesome if it happened at the same time. So I would have to fly just once,
It
But I
is
don't.
the same time.
It
No,
is.
it's
It's
the same
June.
time as the Bitcoin conference.
I'll be there anyways, honey. So we'll work
Okay.
it out. Yes. So I'll let you know details.
We can coordinate behind the scenes, but I think it would be something really cool
Yeah,
opportunity.
because that's exactly on the third. It's exactly well day, and that's definitely something I'm not.
Oh,
I'm a sardine.
mm,
I'm like a
yeah.
plankton, so that's not my
Mhm.
event. So the third is definitely open spot.
Well, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
So, everybody on the channel, send us lots of prayers and well wishes that we can get a sponsorship and be able to go to this. I think it would be a lot of fun reporting from it and seeing what's going on just in the crypto world. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope you make it to Miami for sure. And yes, it's something it's totally up my alley. And I can't believe it's gonna be my first crypto event. I know you've been to a couple, but it's gonna be my first in more than a year now. So I'm craving seeing people, I'm craving talking to everyone, just changing the energy exchange that we have there is just so real, learning so much, because I feel like in 2019 I absorbed like so much, even before OpenSea or Rarible or functioning marketplaces. I was there, playing with Ken and trading NFTs, not knowing what was coming next. So
yeah.
I think it's conventions and every event that we can gather to exchange ideas, showcase apps, interact with each other is just a great opportunity for us to just, get back our regular life again. It's going to be awesome.
That's right. All the good parts anyway. Yeah. And the good parts are these meetups and opportunities where we can learn from each other. Like I said, this event has like amazing speakers that they've got already involved with it.
I, looking at it, it looks like there'll be even more added, because it looks like
Yeah.
this is something that recently came up attached to the Bitcoin conference. And I can tell that this looks like may even grow in proportion as well. But I'm definitely going to be buying a ticket. Whether I make it or not, I want to buy a ticket to support them because
Yeah.
they deserve
That's a
support.
great idea. So even if you can't attend, you could buy a ticket in the name of your favorite shitcoin and support the event. I think that's a great
Right.
idea.
It's a $5 and just to
Yeah.
show that we are open minded. I love Float, for example. Float is a
Mhm.
social media, another social media platform. It's a family, kind of concept. They are just sweet people. There are a lot of sweet people trying interesting, unique things, and more like business models sometimes. Not everything needs to be decentralized Bitcoin. Not everything is aimed at ending Bitcoin and
Right.
replacing Bitcoin. Not at all. This space is just becoming a little more broad, a little bit more specialized, and people are understanding the power of blockchain, and business models are changing. It's not about shitcoin. Okay, that's a little silly. Someone
Yeah.
well informed would see it from a different perspective. Let maybe it's technology revamping business plans. Okay, let's but it's not. Not everything is an attack, a direct attack on Bitcoin whatsoever. It's important for everybody to know that. But yes, they are right by cutting out everything out there. It does take people away from a lot of things that are truly don't have a good backing or a good concept behind. But at the same time, it's too radical. I think Bitcoiners are very well evolved human beings, and I think being open and having freedom is one of our main goals in the end, right? Wasn't that
Right. The
started off?
decentralization is where the freedom and the creativity comes from. And, really that's what it's all about.
If it starts becoming a very strict community, what's the point, right? Everything
Right.
else is no good. Only
Yeah.
this is good.
That'll
Okay.
kill it really
Uh-huh.
fast, really fast.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
had
evolve.
sent me an article or a tweet, I'm sorry, from Caitlin Long.
Yes.
And I thought
I
this was
love
really
that tweet. Yeah, I honestly, she opened my scope because she's like, some thoughts on stable coins and crypto sell off, which are probably connected. Huge news last week, and it matters far more than Elon Musk and Binance News, a long thread. So she's saying, like, there are some events that unfolded with Tether, the stable coin Ether, you
Oh,
know, yes, and she is describing in a very long thread. I think it's close to
how
40
Tether is affected by
little
this?
things. Hmm.
Okay.
And look, number two, first, Tira finally disclosed how it invests reserves, and it was a big negative surprise. Not previously knowledgeable at this level of detail. This news probably contributed to a lot of crypto sell-off since Wednesday. So we are all here thinking, okay, Elon Musk, they're so popular, blah, 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 blah. But there is an underlying issue
Well, that
going
could have been
on.
a cover for what was really going on with Tether.
That's a little bit kind of why I decided that maybe we should bring this thread to just,
It
people.
makes a lot more sense because, like, we all kind of knew something would happen. It would either be good or bad, and he was gonna say something Saturday Night Live, but, like, that was last weekend, a week ago, and then it happened, and then it still has drug out to be this, like, as quick as things move in the cryptocurrency world, like I've been surprised that people are still complaining about or that they even know Elon's name anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's like they move on to the next thing. So this is really interesting that
Super.
it may have a lot more to do with what's going on with Tether.
Totally. And number three, why? Because now risk managers at crypto hedge funds almost certainly will require haircuts on Tether, which means traders had to sell crypto to reduce their total risk exposure. Example, if risk managers now apply a 5 to 10% haircut for the Tether and Tether is in a trader's portfolio, the trade must bring down the total exposure by selling other non-Tether. The Tether would go under $1 by 5 to 10%. And that would cause a big shift in the whole market space. That's what she's claiming. I mean, as I read the thread, because it's a very long thread. And she's saying that part of this, I mean, can I summarize or is this
Yes.
ethical?
No,
I don't
please.
even know if it's ethical. What I understood of, and I could be wrong because I read it only once and I've been really busy. So you guys bear with me and correct me if I'm wrong as well. What she's basically saying is that Tira didn't have, like, she's even talked about how she has a good relationship with the Tita guys, you know, whoever administered Tita at the time. However, she is somewhat amazed that they chose to land the the funds rather than put it like on treasury bonds, for example, and she's saying like in her idea, her best alternative would have been if they secured the depositors funds on treasury bonds. That's kind of how she's doing with her bank. She's making sure that all those deposits that are coming in is getting backed by treasury bonds. But she is saying that in their case, they didn't have much option to do those things or have their deposits safe in a way, because it's not like many banks were accepting them. They couldn't easily find a bank to put their reserves because banks were rejecting, and she's in a way now creating that perfect ecosystem that will allow them to put their funds in a safe bank, which will be her bank, that's so it's a little bit like it's an intricate thing, it's doesn't she's not criticizing anyone, she's just stating facts of what happened and how this could affect our marketplace. And she goes into talking about the scenario that was evolving around it at the time, how it was not a very easy task for them as well. So she's being, I think, as as clear as possible with the information and trying to describe what happened that Wednesday. But it looks like they revealed a little bit more. And once they did, that's going to lead them to, review even more. They're going to want to get deeper, and that may cause more issues. And we've seen, I remember I wasn't as into crypto then in 2018 and 19 to understand all these issues, but I know Tita had problems before. It's not the first time, so we kind of seeing it coming back. And yes, it's not like on everybody's mouth right now. It's not like we are talking, we see.
No, this is the first time I've heard about it. So I just was like, when
we
you
are
sent that
hot.
tweet, I was like,
yeah, we are bringing what matters up to you guys. Follow. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. I'm just kidding.
Like and subscribe.
Eyes and ears are open. And just, just paying attention. We have to, while we look, sometimes there is a distraction, and we kind of, if you playing the game, you kind of have to aim at the goal, and you can't just be focused. You have to focus the whole court, kind of thing. Look at all the players, because if you focus on just one, then you lose concentration. The ball bomb gets you in the head.
Well, this one definitely got me in the head. But it helps me make a lot of sense of what's going on, because I wasn't understanding it.
I think it's definitely one that can go back to. Even I am willing to go back to, because I feel like I haven't paid attention as much as I would like. It would be, a great article just right there, just putting together
Right.
all that information that is given by Caitlin. And I'm very thankful for her as well, for being such a strong
I mean,
force on
she's really
clarifying.
kind of calling out some of the bank stuff too, like this, will the Rent-A-Bank charter model be used by fintech lenders be the Rent-A-Bank charter model for stablecoin issuers? So are we gonna move past, the old banking
Yeah, it's like it
charter
should
driven way of
evolve.
doing?
It shouldn't be doing the same bank practices, right? Keep
No. Yeah, we're
money
trying to
safe.
get out of that system.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, it takes a savvy person like her to explain such a thing to us, because I don't think we can kind of understand all the full scope ourselves.
Yeah, I will. So I'll retweet that on my Twitter. You guys, if you follow me at Lisa Mighty Davis, um, or follow Mame
I
at
retweeted
Mommin It,
as well.
she
That's
retweeted it too. So yeah, we
yeah.
can kind of walk back through that again. But I mean, that makes me feel good, and then it makes me also worry a little bit. But I think it's also exposing some of the bank practices too. So that's probably a
You know,
good thing.
the good thing is that the market before was, very, there was so much, relied so much on Tether, but now we
Mm,
have other alternatives, other stable coins. It's not the only one, there are other systems that were developed as well. I'm not a stable coin specialist by
mm,
any means, so I'm not sure how maybe even our audience could tell us which ones they think, are the most smart or more legit, or you feel are doing a better job,
mm.
um, but in a way, at least they have competition now, so they are not the only one carrying the market right now, right? If they fail, we have other ones.
Yeah, that is good to know. Definitely. More reason for shitcoins.
Yeah,
Shitcoins and stable coins and need
yeah.
all
Well,
kinds of products in this market.
Caitlin also addressed in her tweet in the end and saying, letting us know that in her view, over time, she feels that stable coins is only a temporary need for them while we still, in relationship with the dollar. But that in the long run, they will lose their viability in a way. We won't need them once we transition to a complete, crypto blockchain system, which most of us are hoping it happens, but until then they need to exist, but it's not something that they are going to be eternal. They are going to be there, and she mentioned that clearly in one of the tweets in her thread, that she does think it's not going to be necessary to use it for a lot longer.
Interesting. Yeah, it'll change
So
quickly. That's good.
yeah.
I do want to touch on really quick. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but I had a friend send me, it's an older article. But he was like, oh, where is it? Is it this one? Oh, the Fed coin thing, which, if you guys have been following Bitcoin Ben, he's been talking about Fed coin or Fed now and the banking for all thing for, over a year now, if not more. This is an older article, but a friend of mine sent it to me, and it's like this panic. Fed introduces new cryptocurrency, Fed coin, and here's why it's our next nightmare. So, and I guess this goes hand in hand with kind of the stable coin talk that we were having with what Caitlin was talking about, and the difference between, so blockchain is a form of technology that can be used. It's a digital, what do they call it? A DLT, digital ledger technology, and it's open to the public. That doesn't mean that it is, but then the difference, the pivotal point on whether something's a cryptocurrency, just because it uses blockchain or is a digital ledger technology does not mean it's a cryptocurrency. A currency is because it's decentralized And so it can't be affected by a central agency that can manipulate it the way that something that is either um, a blockchain technology or a token or project might be. And so this Fed coin is a stable coin, which would be kind of like a token or project, a decentral or not decentralized, sorry, a centralized digital currency.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get frustrated when I see people using the term cryptocurrency. They use it willy-nilly all across digital ledger technology, and it really isn't appropriate in my mind
No. Yeah.
for those centralized projects and those tokens or
Yeah,
um,
they should call it Fed introduces new token Fed coin.
yes,
Understandable, because it's a token, it's not a cryptocurrency. That's such a fine issue. I agree. It's hard for, and it's so deceiving to people, in a way. And it's sometimes, and it doesn't do the justice even for the tokens that want to be seen as centralized, because they end up having a bad name when in reality they are just tokenizing something. For example, giving an example, Paxos, that is tokenizing gold. You know what I mean? People
mm-hmm.
call it a cryptocurrency, and then people expect it to behave as a cryptocurrency, but it never will, because, for example, it will never have a limited supply, because the limited supply is based on a gold. As much as Paxo buy gold and tokenizes it, this is gonna be,
Right.
it's so, and that misconception causes problem both ways. Not only for the decentralized ones that really want to say, I am really decentralized and I'm different from this centralized ones, but also for the centralized ones that don't want to be seen as a cryptocurrency, because that can get them in trouble. you
Right,
know
with the SEC and yeah.
yeah,
All the three-letter agencies come running, yeah.
yeah, yeah, because then the people are like, oh, but you're talking about a tokenized asset, and they keep calling it investment. And you're like, I can't say it's an investment, it's a tokenized asset. I
Right.
can't say gold is an investment, in the real world, because it's a tokenized asset. It doesn't give you dividends. It doesn't give you voting power. So there are fine differences there. And that's when sometimes they get caught, but it's because of the misconception, behind it. So it's not good both ways. Ideally, if people could understand better and hone it better, and also if regulation could help us understand better,
Yeah,
that
I
would
would
be great.
if we could all understand better. That's one of the
Yeah.
things I really um,
The most
love that.
important thing is to not misguide people in relationship to price,
Yes.
and don't give never an impression that someone is going to make them rich if they buy something. Oh, that's such a horrible thing. You want to always let people know that nobody has a crystal ball, and these are risky, you know commodities or assets, or however you want to see it.
hmm Yeah, I'm excited to see the growth in it. I mean, it just reminds me how early we are in this. We get excited, and a lot of us have been in here through this bear market and, in the last bull market. And now we're getting ready to hit that bull market again. And it's going to be a flood of new people. And so if we can clean up our language, and I don't mean cussing because, then we'd never be able to tell people about Shitcoin 2021, but clean up our vocabulary. I think it would help people coming in that they're not hearing these words misused and having all those, misunderstandings that comes along with it. So, Paige Bixen, Amy Ware's daughter, does a Word Wednesday on Instagram. I don't know if they post it on his YouTube channel. I kind of think they don't, but I know they do it on Instagram. And it's been really great because they'll just take one word for the day and then he'll explain some things. A lot of time it's not all about crypto. He's a big gold silver bug and um, lots of other knowledge, but talking about markets and stuff like that. So some of it still applies to crypto, but they will also talk about crypto stuff.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's really helpful, that vocabulary
So,
and breaking that down. And so then people will have a better understanding.
now, now I
forward to.
feel like I must watch his show because I don't come from a financial market and I'm having to learn these things now that I'm working for a token. I'm working for a tokenized asset, and I really have to change my vocabulary to adapt to this new presentation. And I feel like this talking to Bix, because he knows so well, he has been into stocks and into metals, and he knows the difference. He knows those fine lines that most of us don't know how to navigate. So I'm definitely learning a lot now, and I apologize if I ever made a mistake, because I
No.
probably did,
At
many
the same
times.
time, I'm sure I've made lots of mistakes. I'm just saying I think it's great
Yeah,
if we just bring us some awareness to it, and
yeah.
if our explanation can help some people, and if, I'm sure we have some really great people, in our community, in our chat. If you guys have more simplified or better explanations for, how you could, if you were talking to a new person, how do you tell them what is a cryptocurrency versus what is a token versus a stable coin versus tech? I mean, there's all kinds of ways to break that out.
For
Um,
sure.
but I think that's
Yeah.
part of the growth that we have.
Totally. It's such a complex environment that we are in. It takes years to hone it down. And when you think you narrowed it down, it takes you by a curve and shoots you in another direction, right? The market, like the DeFi scope and all those things, because I haven't been as active on it, I don't understand as much. NFTs, for example, I've been a little bit more active on it, playing around with it a little bit. So I understand a little bit more. So each one will navigate towards the things that make sense for them. And, along the way, we learn a thing or two, and we try to pass along.
Absolutely. Well, Mom, thank you so much for joining me today. And thanks for all you're doing on your blog as well. You guys, if you're not already subscribed, go to mommycrypto.com and make sure you are following her on her blog with all that she's doing in the space. I'm really honored to have you. And hopefully I get to see you in June.
I will. We will. I hope so. Make it happen, Lisa. You have the
I'll make
gunpowder to pull this off.
get in touch.
No, seriously, it would be lovely to meet you. I missed the chance to see you here in California, so I want to make it up to you. So,
I know. We did get to meet at my first Litecoin Summit, but it was very
yeah.
quickly, very quickly.
I know. No,
We were
you were
working
so
on
busy, and it was lovely though. We had a great time, Litecoin Summit, and I sure hope we have on one this year as well. If
Yeah.
that does happen, I mean, it's gonna be fireworks, I think.
Oh, I can't even imagine what Litecoin Summit will be this year, because we're gonna go into the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the other things I was gonna mention, and I'm terrible at charting and all that stuff, but I'll talk about it on Thursday in
If
detail
we,
with Johnny.
if we
But
make it to Shitcoin, we could do a Clubhouse Litecoin event while we are there.
yeah, okay.
That will be
I'm
fun,
down for that.
So we
Yeah,
gotta plan another Clubhouse hour for the Litecoiners as well. They are missing the ladies over there. I know Jake
okay.
has been calling me. He's like, "Come call
Oh,
the
okay,
ladies."
yeah, that would be great. We can do that. But I
So
really wanted to check that Litecoin Bitcoin pairing. Johnny talks about that all the time, and right now, if you go back and look at the chart, we are right there where it's gotten closer to the point where it's like, um, I don't know. We're gonna take
did
off
you
again here
see? Did
soon.
you see? Did you see?
Yeah.
Mitoshi said, mommy," to me.
No.
Mitoshi, he's one of the super scientists. If you go on my Twitter right now,
Oh, I saw your Twitter, and you were like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm
I
blushing."
can't believe it because I follow him. He is amazing. He's on National Geographic. He's like so amazing. If you type his name, you'll know who he is.
Okay.
And he talked about Litecoin being, and he always talks about like solar flares, all these things, the energy that affects trade.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a trip, he's a total trip. And he talked about Litecoin, and I retweeted
This
his
is
tweet,
it,
and I
yeah.
put it a cool, and then he wrote underneath, mommy, I was dying because I mean it means like maybe he already noticed me before. I was like, no, I can't stand this.
It's
I
so
I
cute.
love it. He made my day, my month, my year because I
Yeah,
follow him a lot. And when he tweeted about Litecoin, I said, "Wow, he's into more than trading. He's into solar energies and all kinds of stuff." I
interesting.
was
I'll have to go
like,
follow him. Maybe we can get him with your influence, we can get him on the show sometime,
"Oh,
whenever
I don't know. He's big, 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 honey. He's
big,
like
big, big time.
Hollywood biggie." But you are gonna get an awesome kick out of him. I recommend you to follow him because you're into energy,
Yeah,
I think you're gonna love him. So do a little follow. You're gonna love
I
it.
will follow all tweets and
Yeah,
notifications. There we
yeah.
go.
And
Done.
research his name because you'll be surprised by who he is. Actually,
Okay, great.
yeah. All right. Have a great
All right,
one.
everybody. Yes, have
Thank
a
you.
great day. Everybody remember to love one another, share this video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on New Truth Tuesday. Take care.
And I'll see you.